Thank you for coming together today to honour the memory of Joe. Not just here in London, Batley, but around the world. Thank you also for the love that you've all poured on our family since our world collapsed on Thursday. And thank you to Joe's amazing friends and friends of friends, and even complete strangers who have managed despite your own grief to organise all of this in less than a week. And to all of you who are helping make sure that Joe's death leads to some good in this world. Amazing and deeply touching as all of this is, I wish I wasn't here today. Not because I'm ungrateful to the organisers or to you all for coming, but because, of course, I'd rather be with Joe. But I wanted to come and show my gratitude, and that of all of our family. Your support and your love has helped us all. And I wanted our children to see what their mum meant to all of you. And I know that they'll remember today. I hope everyone will understand that after this event, it will be time for me and all of our family to grieve in private, and above all, to look after the kids. Today would have been Joe's 42nd birthday. She would have spent it dashing around the streets of her hometown, trying to convince people that Britain is stronger in Europe. She feared the consequences of Europe dividing again, hated the idea of building walls between us, and worried about the dynamics that could unleash. But today, today isn't about that. It's about Joe and the much wider battle against hatred that she was engaged in. I'd like to start by telling you a few things you might not have read about Joe in the media. Firstly, and Joe would like me to make this very clear, she was not 5 foot as widely reported. She was at least 5'1", 5'2" on a particularly good day. Secondly, Joe is human. She wasn't some colossus effortlessly striding the planet. In fact, she had only a passing acquaintance with the practicalities of life. Like the time we went on a cycling holiday and she forgot to pack her bike. Or the jumbling of words she regularly engaged in when she meant to say in an interview that she would approach politics with a healthy dose of humour and scepticism, but in fact announced that her political mantra was to be one of cynicism and humour. A winning combination, no doubt. Thirdly, as her sister said this week, she just wanted people to be happy and for the world to be a fairer place. That's where her politics came from, not from the libraries of Cambridge or any theoretical attachment to a narrow ideology, but from the streets of Batley and her own empathy. When she saw pain, she wanted to do all that she could to alleviate it. Whether that was the pain of loneliness felt by older people in her constituency, or the pain of those forced to flee their homes and seek sanctuary as refugees. Fourthly, Jo lived her life to the full, with a pedal to the floor and with missing brake pads. She was a mountain climber, a runner, a cyclist, an avid reader, an awful cook, a swimmer, a great exaggerator, a wild food forager, a middle lane driver, a log carrier, a ball of energy and determination, and above all else, she was a mum. She was the best mum that any child could wish for. And wish we do. to have her back in our lives. Since Thursday, Kulin, Layla and I have spoken every day about the things we will miss, the memories we will cherish. We try to remember not how cruelly she has been taken from us, but how unbelievably lucky we were to have her in our lives for so long. Jo would be amazed, baffled and humbled to see what's happened since her killing. The outpouring of love, the coming together of her friends and family, the national and the global reaction has been astonishing. Where does this come from, this love, this empathy that can be so hidden in public discourse? I think from two things. Firstly, because of who she was. For all those who met her, it was instantly apparent that she was a beautiful, kind and loving person. She would effortlessly put people at their ease because she was genuinely interested in them. I remember my frustration as she called me up to explain she'd missed her train yet again because a constituent was upset or needed help and she wouldn't let her staff drag her away. Secondly, I believe it's because she's come to symbolise something much bigger in our country and in our world, something that is under threat. Her belief in tolerance and respect, her support for diversity, and her stand against hatred and extremism, no matter where it comes from. Across the world, we're seeing forces of division playing on people's worst fears rather than their best instincts, trying to divide our communities, to exploit insecurities and emphasise not what unites us, but what divides us. Jo's killing was political. It was an act of terror designed to advance an agenda of hatred towards others. What a beautiful irony it is that an act designed to advance hatred has instead generated such an outpouring of love. Jo lived for her beliefs, and on Thursday she died for them. And for the rest of our lives, we will fight for them in her name.